What is up, guys? It's Gilty here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. As you can see, we're currently waiting on the queue. Thankfully, 424 people, not that bad, all things considered, so it should be a relatively quick queue. Was debating whether or not I was going to kind of just, you know, delay stream a little bit, but I decided, hell with it, we can chat beforehand. Kind of give you guys a bit of a recap, however. I have been grinding through A Realm Reborn's post-content, pre-Heavensward. So, let me tell you, there were a lot of quests, and I've gotten through the majority of them. Whether that be, I became a post-Moogle for a while, that was a thing. Still have some of those laying around. I got to meet Gilty, our sleuth investigator, which was also a journey. If you aren't in the Discord, I did make a Final Fantasy XIV category since I do play this enough now, and have posted some screenshots for Final Fantasy out of context in the Discord from that quest line, because there's some interesting moments, let's put it that way. But it was enjoyable. Pretty much done with that. However, in some of the quests that I've actually been doing, I don't have the item level required to actually finish them. I think the Manderville or Gilty saga of quest lines has a dungeon at the end that requires item level 90. I'm at 81 right now. There's another dungeon that I can't do as an item level of 90 as well. So we're kind of like in this crossroads of, okay, we still have stuff to do, but, you know, I need to still level up my character, and I think, you know, we're probably going to get that from the MSQ more likely than not. Alternatively, we do have a few alternatives in order to help us with that, as I have been getting a lot of poetics, which I can trade in for some decent-ish stuff that's tied me over if need really does come to pass. But I'm not sure. We're going to do the MSQs today, see where that leads us, see what gear that gets us, and if we determine that we need some higher level items, then we'll do so. Otherwise, we'll probably stick with MSQs. But I think at one point I had, like, I don't know, 20-some quests just lined up and stacked as I was going throughout the realm. And then I think I'm now down to like 9, 8, maybe 10 at most. So I've been grinding quite a lot. The strange part, though, I have to admit, of the post-ARR content is that none of it gives me XP. All of it, like, gave me some gil and some random items here and there, but none, like, flat out gave me XP, which I found really, really odd. And I'm not sure the decision-making behind that. Now, I'm already over-leveled as is, so it's a bit of a moot point, as right now I'm sitting at level 56, and, I mean, as soon as we get into post-ARR content, we're gonna have a decent number of quests that we can do for, like, Warrior, for example, that I, you know, probably would have had to wait a little bit if I had jumped right into Heavensward. But either ways, I am quite excited, as I think the first thing we're going to be jumping into is the King Moogle dungeon. Yo, what's up, Crocodile? How you doing today, my friend? Hopefully doing well. How has your Wednesday been? Had to stop for a second. I'm like, what's today? What is today? Wednesday, Thursday? I don't know. To be fair, this week has been kind of odd for me because I've been working from home, and work is a very loose term, as I've been just checking the email that I'm responsible for like once, twice a day for anything like really important that we kind of have to like take care of. And so far there has been much. There was a few things this morning, but that's about it. You're good? I'm happy to hear that, Crocodile. What have you been up to today, if anything at all? Also, before I do forget, let me take my phone out of my pocket, playing some DVD, playing some guitar, nothing strange. Fair enough, fair enough. I'll be back on DVD tomorrow with some more Killer. And then Friday, we're going to be doing some Survivor Friends for Survivor Friends Friday. And then come next week is January, so I'll do a full week of Swift, as that was part of our goal, our sub-goal. Yo, what's up, Brian? How you doing today, my friend? How have you been? I'm getting teachables for Claudette. I want all perks on Nancy. Yeah, all perks on all perks on a survivor is not bad. It's like 1 million for everyone's teachables. I think there's 29 survivors at this point. So like 28 million blood points just to get the teachables unlocked. And then it's nothing too extreme. So I'd say if you want to, the best way to do so, Crocodile, would be to play Killer with barbecue and chili and just farm blood points that way, and then just funnel them directly into your survivors of choice. But doing pretty well, cannot complain. Just waiting on the Final Fantasy XIV queues as we speak. Shouldn't be too much longer now, thankfully. And you can subtract Quentin Lori, probably. Yeah, if there are licensed survivors that you don't have, then yeah, that would be a thing. Does mean that for those licensed survivors, you're going to want to look out for, you know, their teachables in the Shrine of Secrets. Definitely want to get those where applicable. Honestly, it's not like... I know the biggest thing, like, for survivors, it definitely is a little... it's not, like, too bad for the blood point grind for all the teachables, but Killer, though. Killer is, always a fun time. So many blood points, so little time. You mainly want self-care right now. That's fair. I mean, do keep in mind that if you're gonna run self-care, you usually want to probably pair it with something like Desperate Measures or Botany Knowledge. Desperate Measures is nice, I will admit, because normally you'll have, at most, if you're using it right, you know, between 1 to 2 people injured at a time. Botany Knowledge is just also a good alternative. Just that way you don't get as much of a time penalty by using self-care. Played one DVD match last night, wanted to cry and got off. I don't know why, because I got a 4K. Maybe because of boon totems, I don't know. All I know is I've been fine with DBD. I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm still enjoying it. But it definitely has been nice kind of stepping away from the win streaks a little bit. We did our 12 grab challenge. If you did not see that, I think I posted it today over on the YouTubes, where he got 14 grabs in one match, which was pretty huge, honestly. Yep, I did post it today. Tried to edit it down to the best of my ability. That match, by the way, where he finally got the 12 grabs and 12 hooks in one match, which ended up being 14 because 2 people got first shoulder, took 22 minutes. It was a 22-minute long match. I trimmed down to about 15 minutes over on Twitch because for some reason Premiere is like broken on my computer. I'm gonna have to uninstall like the entire Adobe suite. I don't know what's up. All I know is like it just would not open for me whatsoever. It was rather painful. As an easy 4K at 4 gens on getting Meat Plant. That's surprising too, because if survivors play even halfway decent, the game can be quite difficult. You have Botany, Self-Care, Spine Chill, Windows of Opportunity. I'd say for the most part, unless you're like struggling to know when to get off of gens, I would say maybe Spine Chill probably isn't necessary. But that's my own personal opinion. That and same thing of like Windows. The Windows is something that you can take off over time as you learn specific maps. Like if there are maps that you're still struggling on learning, then that's where Windows is good. Otherwise, eventually you want to probably wean yourself off of Windows. At least that's my personal opinion. I just think that after a certain point, it is a wasted perk slot. That would be better served for like, I don't know, Dead Hard, BT, Decisive, Unbreakable, yada 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 yada. All Z meta perks. That is if you have them. I know that you are still, you don't have all of the licensed survivors and or killers. But yeah, it's been fun doing some challenges out of win streaks. As we played like a decent match of Artists last night, we unfortunately lost our win streak at 17 out of 50 on the Artist. Survivors just played well, they played efficiently, and you know, sometimes that's all that takes for Survivors to get a win and for you to get a loss. Killer sad. Might have to do, like, you already did the depth speed runs. We could try and do, like, general speed runs, but I feel like it's so RNG dependent on, like, Survivors, like, spotting next to Haunted Ground and going, boom, Haunted Ground, cool, 4-man slug hook, done. Like, that's usually the best case scenario for, like, generic speed runs. That's why I kind of like the depths a lot more, because it is a bit more challenging in comparison. You know, you don't always have Haunted Ground to rely on. I'll have to figure it out. I still do like my my win streaks. Maybe I might do more Survivor. Survivor has been tickling my fancy recently, so maybe we could... I'm trying to think. If we were to do more Survivor, we could, like, split the week. Like, Survivor Thursday, Friday, Killer Monday, Tuesday. That might not be a bad idea, and I'm bad at Pinhead. I mean, the biggest thing about Pinhead that people still don't understand is just, like, the passive gen pressure or slowdown from the box that people just don't know. You haven't played in a month? Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Whereas I'm still playing every day, for the most part. Wednesdays are exception now, as Wednesdays are a variety days. So, you know, that's not a bad idea. We could do, like, Monday, Tuesday, Killer, Thursday, Friday, Survivor, really split our time. I do kind of like that, and use, like, Variety Day Wednesday as, you know, that dividing line between the two. You know, it's bad when I'm on Fortnite more than DBD. I mean, people still enjoy Fortnite quite a bit. I just could never get into Fortnite. I definitely, if, like, I was ever to get into a Battle Royale, it'd definitely be Apex again. Because, I don't know, I can never get into the crafting or building side of Fortnite, to be honest with you. And if I ever to get into, like, a real competitive shooter again, it'd probably be, like, Rainbow Six. I did enjoy my time in the Siege, I will not lie. It was a good time. But honestly, if I were to, like, if I were, theoretically, if I were to remove myself from DVD and stream something completely different, it'd probably be Dark Souls, Final Fantasy, and eventually Elden Ring when it comes out. Like, I am super hyped for Elden Ring in February. Like, it's not that far away either. So we're definitely going to play a lot of that. It's going to come out, I forget if it's coming out the beginning or end of February. If it's at the beginning, we'll have to think about what our stream schedule looks like. If it's at the end, though, it'll be around when we are on our off season for COTF, which would give me more time. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've been busy with my journal. Yeah, we're down to 7 now. That's actually huge. So I think what we're going to do is no, I want to see you. I just don't want to do that right now. We're going to go with the MSQ. And I guess we could just use the duty finder. We don't need to do much else. Got a new mic so I can start ghosting again. Hey, that's awesome. Well, congratulations with that. All right, where are we at? Wander's place. Nope. It is Good King Moogle. Let's see. Where are you? Thorn March. Is this what I'm looking for? Yes, it is. Ended up getting the Getty X. I mean, honestly, it has served me well, so I'll say it was probably a pretty good choice. Yeah, average giant level 54, so let's join that. This is actually a full party raid, which I do like. While we're doing this, is there anything else that we can do? Legacy of Alag, survey designated location, spawn ground slay, Sahagin Sentry, and Lanosia. Well, in that case, let's go to Lemza with return. While we're in a duty finder, we might as well. Not to mention, I just realized, hold up. Where's a repair place? Repair over here. We can teleport though. Ethernet, go here. And let's repair our gear. We haven't had to very often, but it's gonna be worth our while to do so right now. Repairing your own gear. You can only restore an item's condition to 100%. Repairing the same item yourself, however, will raise the condition beyond 100%. Ooh. Yeah, I eventually want to get into crafting and blacksmith, but I know that's going to take time. And I'll do that when I don't have any more side quests to do, methinks. Okay. So we need to survey this area and the western area. So let's teleport over this way. And let's bring out the Chocobo. All right. Go back all the way over here. Survey the designated location, Ul Camaro Mines, and slay the Cobalt Sentry to obtain a flawless Earth Crystal. When did I'm so confused. I don't remember when I did this side quest, but I guess I did. I guess I did get the crystal, but I don't remember seeing the second part of it. Maybe I just picked up a another quest and like shoved this one down as my only thought. That does tend to happen from time to time. I don't think I've ever been over here. Well, unfortunately. We'll commence this and we'll hope that we end up back at the same spot we are now. Otherwise, we're gonna have to return later. Hello. First time doing this. Anything I should... I always like to specify that. That way, like, if anything might be sneaky, I'll be able to kind of know ahead of time. Who in the seven hells are they? Meddling adventures, I'd wager. Who's guard to arms, defending the King Kupo. It's a bird? You're not entirely wrong, but you're not entirely right either. Okay. Who's going to take stance? I guess I will take stance. I guess I will not take stance then. Alright, let's take off our tank stance. Wow, you are dying very quickly. I took off tank stance, right? I did not. Where are you going? It's a kitty bird? That means you are correct in saying that. Okay. Let's go after you. Oh, you are a fast one for me. Thank you much for the alert, Zero. I appreciate it, mate. Hope your Bubba stream goes well. I think the tank isn't really taking aggro, but so far it doesn't seem to be much of an issue, to be honest. So I'm not all too concerned for the time being. I also did not mean to use home gang at all. What is going on? You guys were dead and now you're not. Performs the Manderville, I love it. Oh! They summoned King Koopo, I see now. And time for us to beat up a King Koopo. Well, this is already crazy. Oh, I'm almost dead already. The hell just happened? Hello? Oh, this is chaos. Where are these guys at that I can actually hit them? For the love of God. That is a lot of damage. Like, I feel like I should be taking aggro, also I'm marked. I don't know what to do about this. I guess it's just an eye shot. Not that big of a deal. That literally did nothing. I was thinking that mark was going to be a lot worse than it was. And then we just burn the boss. Cool! Well, that went pretty well. It was honestly chaos with no real plan going about it, but hey, it worked. Menacing Maul gun. What in the world? Mechanist, we can pass on that, and I'll cast my alarm on that. Hey, got the copper. Very nice. Oh, I was gonna give accommodations, but apparently not. And I received 3 accommodations. What for? Don't know. You did it, Koopa, you did it. Good King Moogle Mog 12, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's Guard when you did. Thank you, Rose. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go tell Pukni Pak the king is no more. Koopo, she's with Raya O at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Alright. Yeah, it did teleport us. Rough. Let's take a look at this coffer we got. Hold up. What this? What we get? We got a axe. Ooh, hello. Malignant Mog Axe. Strength, crit, vitality, and tenacity. Would have liked a bit of determination there, but I will gladly take that, don't you mind me. All right, not bad at all. And that gets us up to 82 power level. We need to get up to 90. Well, let's, in that case, go over here to Camp Tranquil and go tell everyone of our exploits. Let's also readjust our POV. Alright. I wish there was a good way to, like, auto-adjust it. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogle Mog 12, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen. All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. And I sense Raya O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service up to the Twelveswood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Rose. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Alright, well, let's do that then. Yeah, I guess in the grand scheme of things, if I look at what our armor level is now in comparison to what the current MSQ is, just ignoring the level requirement, just the item level, we are oh, we need to go frickin' Overdone, yeah? I'm sitting here running like a madman and I just need to teleport. We are significantly ahead of the MSQ. Unless the next one, like, all of a sudden is leaps and bounds different. Let's get a piece away. Hurry. Here we go. Hello! The Elder Seatseer is expecting you, madam. May I show you in? Yes. Yes, you shall. There's Papalimo. There's Yida. Hello. Rose, you are returned to us unharmed and victorious. Thus have I two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. Doesn't sound like any primal I've heard of. However, something that you guys didn't see offline is that Gilgamesh basically has the equivalent of a primal, who isn't a god, but is seen as a friend. So it looks like a primal's not necessarily a god, and Papalimo will probably explain this further, but more just a manifestation of an idea. It doesn't necessarily need to be a god, realistically speaking. It can be a myth, it can be a legend, or in Gilgamesh's case, a friend. They may hop the law. The fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that though a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means that primals are not simply gods. They are manifestations of hopes, prayers, and ideas. For all intent and purpose, they're imaginary friends that have come to life. Interesting. Final Fantasy's home of imaginary friends. Ascians, the whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupo, they said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all, how many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear, so long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation, a somber thought, but a sultry one. My heartfelt thanks, Rose. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing the other matter. What does Yida mean? The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Science shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. I mean, I hope so. We kind of assisted in a war. While Yida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent, Minfilia, of all that has transpired. Easy enough. You know what I should use? I should use... Where is it? No, you. Just so we can teleport the Vesper Bay. I think that's not a half bad idea. Cool. Makes our life easier. Should use them before I no longer need to come here. Well, I doubt that'll ever truly come to pass, but still. Bye, Tataru. Bye, Tataru. And time to talk to Manphilia. Thank you. All right. It's good to see you hail and healthy, Rose. I received word from Yida and Papalimo that you had felled good King Mughal Mog 12, but I'd hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was, as they said, someone with the same methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Seans. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of her usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Rose. That is, in some ways, suspiciously convenient, but I guess it might just be for the sake of plot. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it's still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that it should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Rose. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Uringer. I had thoughts to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhaps it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Also, not a bad idea just have a backup home base in the instance of something happening. Uringer shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alisai shall continue to work closely with him as well. Ah, fair enough, Crocodile. Hope the workout went well. And also, this is now one of the few times we've heard Alisai's name come up. Should they require assistance, I have their assurance that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Uringer, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I've forgotten something important. You can most certainly do that. It went well, happy to hear. I need to find time to put a workout into my daily routine. That's the hard part, is like finding time to work out. Ooh, Papalimo has a task for us too. Hello. Papalimo would have you vanquish Garuda, who has returned stronger and bloodthirstier than ever. I guess we did defeat Ifrit, so that makes sense. At least 3 times a week? I mean, that is the ideal, and that's kind of what I want to do. Ah, Rose, I hear you have triumphs over Ifrit. Of course, this is no less a feat than I would expect of a warrior of light, but well done all the same. Now, I full had a mind to crack open a bottle of the 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep. Garuda, I am afraid to say, has also returned. As you well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Not to dishearten you, but in her last incarnation, the appetite has become nigh insatiable. In the short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the Aether before she can do any more damage. Meantime, Yida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Adder in their recovery effort. When you previously faced Garuda, 'twas the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. Well, that storm is a spring's breeze beside what she has raised this time. No airship could hope to penetrate it. And so we must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder chanced to discover a Beastman Aetheryte leading to the Halloween Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and have words with Commander, Helux. He will be able to tell you about said Aetheryte, among other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a formidable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. Okay. So we need to defeat Garuda. Thou art ever welcome, Rose, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave, unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestry faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis though through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Uranger, can you speak normally for like 5 seconds, bud? Yes, you deserve a bow for that arrangement of words. Be not offended, Rose. Thy conduct hath been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the fallings of thy forebears. Mayhaps it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. What the same could be said of... Uh-oh. Never a good thing when it gets cut off. Ah! Once came that cry the solar, 12-4 fen Menphilia. What could happen to Menphilia? Rose, you must... Is it the echo? Was that what caused her to fall? To be fair, we used to have our own things happen. Okay, she was looking around. Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Oh, looks like an Asian came by and stole Louisoix's staff? Because we note in the echo, it wasn't there on the wall. Louisoix Levimeur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. Yep, there's this Asian. Clad in white. It's a new Asian. Interesting. An Asian here. How? How readily you see you are indeed gifted, Menphilia. But you are not like the others, your robes. Gifted but ignorant, yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who you speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I can only confirm what you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You what are... Tataru? Tataru? Do you... Tataru's not very observant, is she? Ready when you are, my lady, is if there's nothing else. Wait, can Tataru not see the CM? Is something the matter? Oh! I feel the same after everything that's happened here. It feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I will let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. Either that, or the Cian made themselves invisible too. It's only to be expected. She lacks the gift and knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. Interesting. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception, thus does she perceive not. So as with all but a chosen few, even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me, nothing. The gift grants you clarity, it grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. Ooh, so this is not their true form. Very interesting. La Brea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Brea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. So is it saying that anyone who possesses an Echo is a descendant of an Asian, maybe? I leave as I came in peace, Minfilia. Maybe meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Oh, interesting. Mayhaps I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the Ardor, I wonder? Oh. Ardor. I take it there's no need to explain. Nope! Kinda got it all. Well, she seems fine. Save your concern, he did mean no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. It's more or less to introduce, though they did not provide a name, interestingly enough. Very peculiar. I cry, what happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I can fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Ranger, send word to the students of Baldesia and tell them to scour the archives of forbidden tomes in particular. If there any reference to an Asian robe in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Asian, my lady, was that what gave you cause to cry out? But months ago, a glimpse of figure clad in white set forth from the waking sand. Yet Asians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I do not why and care. I do not know. I know not and care not. Find him, Rose. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. And we saw in the vision that the Asian very clearly teleported. Pray attend me, Tataru. I'm doubtful we'll actually find the Asian. This is interesting. A very interesting development. So not everyone can perceive an Asian. Very fascinating. Now, is that just this fact that an Asian... Maybe it's an Asian who does not have a mortal form, i.e. is not, like, tied to a body via an artifact, like Thancred? Or is it something else entirely? That Asians are in ways beyond your average ability to perceive, or the average person's ability to perceive. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Well, I guess we're gonna follow. I'm sure I won't even have to use any... Guess when I just heard something. Probably was someone's mount. Alright, well, I doubt I'll have to even use my OG CDs. Scale overview. And let's at least slow you down, deal some additional damage. Yeah, my health regen is just kind of nutty, so not even gonna have to worry with any real damage mitigation. Just keep my Surging Tempest up, using that, and we're good to go. And honestly, let's just use the Beast on top of it. Cool. Easy enough. That looks like the next area is over here. Let's see what else you got for us, bud, because that wasn't much. Hello. A gruesome gargoyle, you say? Honestly, I doubt this would be... Wait, am I just dodging all your attacks? Oh no, just dealing so little damage, and I'm barely noticing. Yeah, look at that. Well, he hits me, then I'm already healed for all intent purpose. Oh. You got anything bigger for me, bud? Honestly, the small fry were a little bit more effective. At least had some debuffs to go with them. Let's see how many trials you have for us. 2 this time. 2 this time, you say? Alright, still don't need to use any of my OG CDs, it doesn't seem. Yep, still okay. Use Arm's Length and Vengeance to slow you down. Let's reapply Surging Tempest. If it's below a minute, normally, like, refreshing's not a half bad idea. Alright. And looks like we have some stuff over here. Thankfully, we're so high level that nothing over here should really bother us, even if it is aggressive. Yeah, like, not even the toads or nicks over here should really be much of a threat. Well, there's the right robe to see in. I am being judged. Here are some thaumaturges. Sure. You guys, once again, are not exactly dealing much in the way of damage. And let's refresh this. And let's actually use his beast. And last but not least, we have a conjurer. Alright, buddy. What you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna heal yourself. That's not gonna really work too well here, bud. Well, how's that to your liking, my friend? Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? I mean, I don't know your intentions. You did hurt my friend. You bore witness to my audience with this, with Yeah, with Menphilia, did you not? You know I acted only in self-defense. I mean, Menphilia meant to lay hands on you, but was not meant to harm you, I don't think. More detain you, if anything. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong a gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so it shall be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, probably gonna just head back to... yeah, Vesper Bay. I think I can probably fly out of here pretty easily, so let's do that. I had half a mind to, ooh, I don't think I can go up that high. Woo, we'll find out. Oh, just barely. Just barely. But I had half a mind to use a ticket, but decided against it. Alright, well, we met him. We now have a name to a, well, not really a face, more of a mask than anything, but close enough, I suppose. Thank the gods you returned, Rose. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor provided elusive. Beg pardon, he was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so it shall be again. What of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. I get some void scent blood. It's a reagent and crafting material, which I'd put all of my crafting material into my chocobo bag. Let's set aside the matter of this scene until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamagine Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets, while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. Wait, there's me, and there's someone else watching, yet all 1, 2, 3 redeems aren't available. Yep, because we did have 3 people come in. Ocean, Crocodile, and I want to say, was it Frost who also got it? No, it wasn't Frost. Ocean, Crocodile, and Ryan were the 3. Glow Spinosagar, my friend, Glow Spinosagar. How you doing today, though? Hope you're doing well. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. So playing Metro and Inscription? Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I do an Inscription. I know last time we played, we got to challenge level 7, and that has proven to be a bit difficult for us. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Uringer will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care, it is all I have left of my father. Alright, so let's give this the Uringer. I guess, Alphanot's sister will be here with Uringer. Because my only fear was that if Uringer is here by himself, we're gonna get another thing crud situation. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? I mean, we did depart. I can't do Casey's mod since my emulator can't do beta stuff, but I so far beat Grimora, currently doing Leshy. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I'll have fun with that. Father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, can I imagine Menphilia's pain? Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Rose, this is Menphilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have once you have given the journal to Anger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven. In Revenant's Toll, Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. To take a detour to Magnificus to get more magic cards? Yeah, I mean, that is helpful, as you do have the ability for infinite foils at that point. Uringer wishes to speak with you about the royal return of Good King Moogle Mog 12. Among the Moogle kind, the legend of Good King Moogle Mog 12 doth tell of a wise and magnanimous ruler. Alas, the entity thus summoned put the lie to this imagining with his brief and decidedly unpeaceful reign. 'Twas more disturbing for me to learn then that the Moogle's Guard have once more succeeded in placing their manic potentate upon his thorny throne. Methinks the agents of chaos doth lurk in the shadows of the steed. Only with the Sean's gulful intervention would they have called the king back from the aethers with such haste. As ever, it falls to thee, to the blade born of light, to banish the paragon's dark ambition from our realm. The 12 only know what dire power doth corrupt the savior of these gentle forest folk. Thy name has been called, Rose. The more moderate faction of the Moogles have joined with the Order of Twin Adder in an effort to open the path to Good King Moogle's domain. I bid thee make haste to the Adder's Nest and once more pledge thine aid in deposing this royal myth-made flesh. You're trying to get the Mox cards, though? Ah, fair enough. I don't think I really utilized Moxes all too much through my entire playthrough. Alright, well, good news is we are already well attuned with Revenant's Toll. Ooh, we're also almost maxed out on our tombstones. I do need to figure out what to spend those on. Hello, Tataru. Oh, Rose, you're here. Good, good. We are all wondering when you'd show up. As on your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stone is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Revenant's Toll is populated mostly by adventurers, means as you might expect, there are quite a bit of coming and going. And if it's on the coming, as at least of late, what with the investigation of the Crystal Tower hitting full stride, I've lost track of how many fortune seekers and scholars have shown up in the past few days alone, hoping to unearth ancient secrets. I don't suppose the tower has piqued your interest as well. I know Sid and I were doing a thing, but I don't think I've actually done it. You've already offered your aid to the effort, you say. You must certainly move quick, my friend. If I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. Alas, I'll have to settle for hearing the tale of all you've seen upon your return. Be safe in there, yes? Well, it's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. With that, Rose, I do believe it's my time to officially announce your presence to everyone inside. Manphilia and others will surely be overjoyed to see you. The home of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. Oh, interesting. So we should go here. So it looks like the MSQ has since halted for all intent and purpose. Rising Stone entrance. Elfie! How you doing, buddy? And here's Manphilia. And you guys set up quick! Oh, everyone else? It is. Well, it is certainly spacious. That's not a bad thing. I wonder what the little pieces on the side are. And if we'll ever see that staff restored. Today makes a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, Manphilia and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea. A moment of your time, Rose. I would speak of Eldibus. Elidibus. Oh, Uringer. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. My every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian have been met with silence. Ooh, that's not a good sign. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. That's not a good sign. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear you must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None can penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. Ascians? But for those who lack the gift and knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however. They are unlikely to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yeah, another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from the crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Orcher? Or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Eldibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Rose. I discern them all around in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs. With my blessing, should anything arise, you will be informed. Okay, so this might be the end of MSQs until we do our other things that need to be done. Krill, where are you? Who is that? Kryl? Krill. I have no idea who that is, that Ophelia just spoke of. Ooh. Ascians. Oh, this is not who I thought it was. This is Nabrielaz? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived a 7th Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not a cross purpose. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. Very interesting. A little bit of dissent within the Seans. A realm awoken. Ooh, hello. Here's earrings. Dexterity, vitality, direct hit rate, crits. Not great, I'll be honest. Not great at all. Item level 90. In comparison to what I have on now, which is item level 80. Oh, god dang it. Yeah, like, the crit's better, but we give up strength for dexterity and determination for direct hit rate. It's not great. Yeah, not at all. Truly, there's no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Al-Ajina and Sons Mineral Concern. Our company. It appeared that their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the Concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Another primal. The Brass Blades charged with investigation. The thefts believe that someone within the Concern is selling the crystal for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the Concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the Blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Interesting. I thought I was done with MSQs, but maybe not. We still have not hit that barrier that it mentioned earlier. Interesting. Because I'm trying to see here, if we go to our journal for a second. Legacy of Alog. Entrance crystals guarded by potential elementals. Okay, so that's this one, which we can see here, which we got. Okay, that's the one. That's why I couldn't remember, because I started the first half so long ago. And the water crystal. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. Well, we don't need to do that right now, it seems, so let's go to Horizon for the time being. Just checking for any other potential missions that might have spawned at this point. But so far, looking like we're pretty clear. I like it. Well, there's Y'shtola. Don't see Thancred, though. Ah, Rose, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length of the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufu Lupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation. I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Looks like they're not that far away. Good stuff. Hello! Oh, hello there, Rose, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that, I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection, broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Elegant Sunway. The car bolted off towards Eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage, that would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. And what their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I am back, but I fear I've come bearing disappointing news, or on second thought, perhaps it is good news after all. Thancred, wherever you've been off to? I figured that you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And won't you believe it, happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends and brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they'd ever seen, and the stolen crystals, on the hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose I have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Rose. Where to? Speak of Thancred. Oh, right behind me. Against all expectations, it would seem that Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish their stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals and in such quantities. I cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Uringer of our progress or lack thereof. Very curious.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
That was a very short, spoken scene, unless it's going to continue here for Uringer.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to...
Uringer, can you stop speaking like you're from in Macbeth for a second?
Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Tome. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
What's going on here? I get a sense that might be our thief, given the fact that they are masked.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
No one, honestly. You're looking for someone, I guess not horribly far away. I was like, excuse me, what now? Interesting. On one hand, I want the level 90 earrings, or the item level 90, because that'll get me closer to where I want to be. However, man, they are just not good. Like, if we look at this dexterity, crit hit, direct hit rate, and vitality, it gets rid of strength and determination. It's just not good. We'll take it for now, I suppose. Let's see what the game thinks we should be wearing. Yeah, that's what I figured, is that's going to recommend that to increase our level. If we were to do that, what's our level end up being? 83. So it's not a huge change. So I'm going to wear this for now. And if I am like one away, maybe. Vitality, determination, intelligence, speed. Vitality, crit hit. Ugh, all of these are bad. Come on now. I guess we'll grab the silver pieces. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight. No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufu Lupa's brain again. Who knows, we work together, we might yet find something of use nestled away within it. Well, the good news is, they're right here. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufu Lupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone among our ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It'd be most unfortunate if your fears proven well-founded, Fufu Lupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security, the concerned decide to transfer the remaining crystals stored on Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhaps not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to say, let us say, a lone Mikote miner traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who? I see, yes, the concerned may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed. This man would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlia. A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Rose? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ahem, forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders and must inform my men at once. Well, let's hope that the person in front of us was not the person conspiring with thieves. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves laid down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some sort of encouragement. You mean the axe that I carry on my back is not good for that already? Alright, looks like we're not that far away from where we want to go. Let's see, where's our destination? Here it is. Jumping in and say hi before I go to bed. Hey, what's up here? I appreciate you stopping by saying hi. And I hope that you have a great night. Hopefully you have a restful sleep. Hello? Hello? Alright, let's activate Arm's Length and Vengeance, and I don't think I'm exactly too worried about damaging them. Yeah, no damage mitigation needed. Oh, 2 more. Be my guest, gentlemen. Alright. Y'shtola, hello! How you doing? Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanaland, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea-wolves, all of them? Aye, and all of the same taste in facial tattoos, blue in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Oh, I dream about the dark void that enshrouds our universe like usual? Fair enough, hopefully more for inquiry and less for fear. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon then, Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Alright, well, back to Horizon we go. Let's get over the wall, and then dive straight on down to Fufalupa. Hello! On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But you have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of Blaze dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of, and how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that Somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong, a sea wolf. Lominson born and raised, I believe, but do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, she's standing right next to me, understood. Before I drop into my invaluable subler, I wanted to wish you a great rest of your day. I appreciate it, Hero. I hope you have a great night, my friend, and sleep well. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Vital, yeah, all these are garbage. All of them garbage. The Menfila bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphanaud waits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphanaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitor's brass blade, and when I do, you may have rest assured that we will have our answers. Well, let's in that case use our Vesper Bay token. Get there a little bit faster, shall we? I imagine this is probably in reference to our friend who landed ashore not too long ago. The one looking for, the master of these lands. You are late! No, I'm not! Shush your face! No matter, I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations, the eastern continent is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to heed their tale, and more importantly, what they know of our current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah Rose. Unless I am mistaken, and I rarely am mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in this proceeding. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Not wrong. Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Alright, Ul'dah it is. Well, let's head over to Ul'dah. And then we're going to use the net to go up to the strip. Well, let's go here. Alright, where are we going? Right over this way. And let's see if Alfie was right. Looking like they are. It matters not how many times you ask without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior, allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. I'll wave you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask you again. You not know what you do. Where's Alfie? There's Alfie. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man of a gold heart, I know his kind well. I hope you will find me more to your liking. Alfanad Levelier, at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world. At least few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you'll need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. They may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Alright. So it means that we need to go over to the shard then, so we can teleport a little bit more quickly. Shard this way. I guess pretty much either direction, honestly, would work. And... oh, there it is. I don't think I'll have any other missions. We cleared, like I said, pretty much everything out. So it looks like we are good. Alright.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
So, as we noted earlier, their names were refugee leaders. So these people are trying to leave the Empire.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms.
That did not go well, did it?
Only to be crushed.
Yep.
And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
But it's no longer?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Gotcha.
12 have mercy. And your people?
Probably few in number on that boat.
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do
Gotcha. So there's more than just those on the ship.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
Well, there isn't
The
really...
lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Not to mention that, but I guess Ul'dah has a ruler, as does Lemsa Lominsa and Gridania.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care.
That is definitely a good argument.
I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Yeah, Ul'dah definitely has that issue, and the socioeconomic gap between people does not help things, as Ul'dah is a little bit xenophobic.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Not as if they're empire simply fleeing. They are someone who took up arms against the empire. That is a good argument to have.
The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
It is indeed, given that he is the head of a very influential house.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Very interesting. So the question is the Empire hunting them, yes or no, and will they bring their conflict to our shores? If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Let's go speak to Momodi. We have made many of good friends, so I'm sure they would be able to assist. Hells, why do you say so sooner, Rose? Of course I'll help you. Couldn't have picked a better day. To tell the truth, a wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See, but just sent word they cannot come, meaning I got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Haha! Go and call on Fridori on Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell him I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, to show him those letters. That should set them straight. Alright, so let's go do D3 real quick. We can teleport over there, though I went the wrong way, so we're going to run a sprint before we get... Actually, you know what? This is probably closer if we go left. This is probably closer. 100% went the wrong way. But close enough. We'll deal with walking just a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna go over here to the exchange. Alright, let's see. Ah, that's a rather odd request. Mayhaps you misheard her instructions. No. Read letter. You know, you should encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Sounds like someone from Ul'dah who's a tad bit xenophobic. Ain't the first time I heard it, ain't gonna be the last. She's in the business of feeding refugees now, and ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Read letter, go do thing. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man that can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Ul'dah, you will never cease to disappoint me. Alright. Let's go Disa way, since we're already near this passing. And I don't even think... Yeah, we don't even need to go to the shard. We can just go straight through here. Exit. Where are you going to? Momodi? Hi. Got stuck in a chair, sorry! They didn't give any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Ugiri it's all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity. Much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure. Alfie's back. Lady Ugiri, I breathed the flame general. Oh, I was wondering why, like, it went quiet, but it did so in such a fashion that I did not question it. Then I was like, I'm gonna listen for any other sounds, and sure enough, Gyrus did decide to go and do their own thing. Let's fix that real quick. And one thing I found with my drivers going out, sometimes it kills the audio. So odd. There we go. I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphanod. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Ugiri, for not has been given. The small favor fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. And I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General waits for us on the Royal Promenade. Alright. So for this, we definitely want to go to the shard on our right, not on our left. And this one here. Perfect. There's some sprint to spare. Definitely a group has formed. Raban. A pleasure, Rose. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. Oh, is that my friend? Is that, Manderville?
I'm honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, The circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri.
Ugiri. So I guess it kind of drops the R, Ugiri. Unless they're just dropping the R, and might be just regional. Ugiri is what I would probably pronounce it as.
Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
Makes sense.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty.
Didn't go too well, though.
Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
That's a very good question.
More than 200 souls huddle within
Really?
the cramped
Only
confines of
200?
our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of
Okay.
ships which escaped the purge.
So, 200 just from the shores of Vesper Bay, but no real account depending on how many have actually escaped.
It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
And that is a fair request to make.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
As long as you guys don't exploit the people in need, that would be a good start.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Obviously. That is kind of the Ulda way.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
No one else wanted to voice their opinion.
The law is the law.
Lolorito?
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees.
The question is, have you guys come to a consensus or crafted a plan to aid them? You could do that here and start with a foundation that then could be utilized elsewhere.
They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ulda is not without limits, my friends.
You say as your chairs are laced with gold.
And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think.
Even if that were true, which I doubt it is, these refugees are not the same as those who may have been studied for that report. So you are trying to utilize resources that are not going to be relevant.
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
then come up with a plan. Provide resources to these people to create their own temporary shelters as they then are able to buy into society. Create a foundation for them, for God's sakes.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Uldar. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
You don't
Surely
say.
the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse.
You don't say.
I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo.
Yes, but if that's the case and the Sultanate is now changing their mind, it might show that they might have regretted that decision. People are allowed to change their positions on subjects, especially things as delicate as this.
Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
Ain't you a freaking Grinch?
Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril.
I remember when I was choosing my company, which I was going to support, and this is one of the reasons why I did not choose Ul'dah.
One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
Is that a fault of the refugees or the businessman controlling it, however?
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote.
That's a mistake, because based on where the tables stand right now, the vote's going to be heavily swayed against, I can already tell.
To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Well, you already know where Lolorito stands. The question is where everyone else does too. Really? So that's 2 already. 3, 4. No, that's Manderville. I can tell that's Manderville in the hood. I'm so disappointed in him.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
I'm sure I can get them to agree if I, threaten them with my axe a few times.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
There might be an alternative to be had
Now
here.
that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, They see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity.
And that's silly to think that. Also, it's silly of my drivers not to work for 5 seconds. Come on now. Ain't that simple to keep on working, is it?
The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
The question then remains, what exactly shall be done of the refugees? There are places where they can go, they're just not exactly the most desirable of places in the long run. Purple, do I have any of these? Let's see, bone white, honey, lilac purple, rose pink, downward wine, coral, salmon, and cork brown. So I have none of these. I guess we'll go purple. Why not? Ooh, rings. Crit hit, vitality, determination, but dexterity instead of strength. Skill speed instead of crit. Ugh. That is rough. Strength over dexterity, skill speed over crit. I mean, we lose one, we gain another. It's probably best for us to go for crit, I do suppose. Strength, crit, vitality, skill, speed. At least we get determination out of it over. We just do lose the strength in the long run. But that will help raising our total item level significantly from 70 to 90, so yeah, that's not bad. As you observed, Lolorito's not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. Though I did not side with Ul'dah when it came to their companies, I do at least have some respect for Raban, and growing respect based on his actions now. So it looks like we're heading over here. Alright. This person and I have the same exact thought. The sitting gas spoken, I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed, Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Lemsa, Lominsa, or Gridania a judge given the state of their internal affairs. What these our Doman friends confide to a ship gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better retreatment. What would that I had more time to find alternative, a place not bound by the concern of the great nations? You mean like our old headquarters? Cause I was thinking that too, Alphanod. Ha ha! Yeah, Alphanod's like, hold on 1 second. This would gain us another ally, Minfilia. This is precisely what I wish to discuss. Yep. I understand the Syndicate's decision. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for a Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week, mayhaps even a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphanod. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stand in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, we have need for able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor lest you doubt, with not save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not like those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphina, once again I found myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. Before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will not be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Perhaps the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there, anon, Rose. Well, not the resolution I was expecting, but a good one nonetheless. Lady Giri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Alright. Now let's speak of Alphinaud. Where are we in comparison? Oh, I could have very easily have gone to the Crystal. Oh well. That would have been the smarter play, but c'est la vie. It is what it is. Our sprint should get us pretty much there, so not all too much of an issue. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Aw, Momodi's a sweetheart. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a small number, mayhaps it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I'll engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well, we should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever find a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Though bureaucracy failed, there was a resolution in the end. That I am happy about. Well, it sounds like we all have our work to do, Lady Yugiri. Let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I'd entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? And we are going to go Dexterity, Vitality, Determination, and Critical Hit. And once again, this should increase our item level significantly. Hello? Oh, did I not? There we go. I was about to say, hold on one second. I was confused. So we're now at 85. Dexterity, Vitality, Direct Hit Rate. I'm gonna still keep this on for now until I get close to 90, in which case then I can start doing the things that require me to be at item level 90. More rings, though. No. And no. So we're going to grab this silver piece. As you speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefore they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and would not surprise me if the refugees require some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Rose, I'd have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever needs to be done, do it. Speak of a man named Hosen, when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. We can definitely do that. So let's use our Vesper Day ticket. Make our lives a little bit more simple, shall we? Alright. And where is our friend? That man! For however long we've been doing this, sitting there watching Mikote dancers. Greetings, Alphanod informed me that a sign would be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of woman you were. I do have some skill at arms, as do many of our peoples. Wait, you can tell what I do for a living? The axe on my back does give that away? Whoops. Pray forgive this trifle, but might trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care. They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son, Yozen. He can tell you more. Oh, child, where are you? Are you watching the Mikote dancers? No. I thought based on a positioning he was for a second. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozen, son of Hosen. I can tell. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horse-bird drawn carriages. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but what's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help though. We are just finishing up a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. Well, Vesper isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Let's see. Potentially one in here. Would not be surprised. That would appear not to be the case. I wonder if they're all outside. Probably one back here behind. Hi, hiding child, you've been found. You're not Yozen, who are you? I'm Koharu. Rose Hunt, eh? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? Stallions? Huh? No, scions! Scions! Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. I'm almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Rose Hunt. Okay. Imagine one's over by the carriages. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yozen didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horse-bird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary, but if Yozen says it's safe, I'll go. Yozen, say it's safe. And back here. Maybe not. This one's not playing by conventional standards. This one actually might be inside. Oh, what if you're not? Either in there or up here, then. How'd you find me? Bah, guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garlands didn't find me. Ooh. That's, ooh, that's dark. That's a tinge of dark right there. That's a few shades too dark for me. Okay, well, I found the children. Apparently we find children better than the Garleans do. Thank God for that, I suppose. Hi, can I? Okay. Wonderful, children are counted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case Garleans found us. Oh. Now that breaks my heart. Really great way, mind you. Actually, what are the origins of hide and seek? Because that actually, like, makes sense. Hey, we're gonna play hide and seek. Don't come out until I've found you. Don't say a word, no matter what you hear. Like, that's almost a brilliant way. Man, I hate how good of an idea that is. to like raise children with hide and go seek. That way, like if something were to happen, let's say in our real world, an intruder enters your home and you have a child and go, hey, we're gonna play a game of hide and go seek. No matter what you hear, you do not, you know, leave your hiding spot until mom, dad, or whoever comes to find you. I mean, yeah. That is, it's a good way to do it. Like, I guess for a child, like, who doesn't understand any better and he wouldn't know, like, hey, there's a bad man here, because they would just freak out. Huh. Yeah, that's smart. I hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Wow. That is dark but smart. Dark but smart right there. Hero's necklace. Strength, skill, speed, no. Strength, crit hit, vitality. The direct hit rate kills me. Dexterity, determination, vitality. I guess strength, crit hit, vitality is probably best. Strength, crit hit, vitality. Oh. Well, that's already what we're wearing. Here's necklace of slain. Oh, it's the exact same thing. Okay, so we take the copper pieces. Or silver pieces. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, who I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you'd agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Oh, you can do that. Oh my god, I'm still caught on that whole... We trained our children hide and go seek in order to ensure that they were not found by murder soldiers. Ooh. You gonna be off, are we? Yay! Well, I was meaning to have a word with ye about that. Runner from the Blade says you might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted outside of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on them, of course, but I don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here is another story, so I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the air is safe-like, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road's there safe, so I reckon we can make it there far on our own. Assuming the same self-bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Yeah, that's my major fear, honestly. Okay, where are we in comparison? Okay, we can ride there then. We don't need to teleport. That is until my drivers frickin' give out. Third time the stream. Oh. I didn't need to go through the normal steps to fix it. Odd. I have no explanation for that, nor do I care. Let's also check this for additional quests. So far, nothing has been popping up, which I'm thankful for. We are coming down to finishing out all the quests where I can start doing either... Oh, you bugger. Where I can either A, start doing some dailies again, as we'll have more time, or B, be able to start leveling up like my crafts stuff and whatnot once those are done. Alright, let's see what this beastie looks like, shall we? Oh, Wandering Eye, why are you out here? You are far away from where you should be. Not that it matters much. You will go down like the rest of us. Alright, done and done. So let's head back to Horizon and inform our friends that the road is safe again. So there was a beastie Was being the operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, madam. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of dare-doing. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past, for those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. I mean, I guess the same could be said here within Eorzea, when the Empire struck with the Ultima weapon. Lost but not forgotten, Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all of this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, brick laying, it matters not. Revenant's Toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Uh-oh. What? Hey, Mr. Rose! Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. You're freaking knocked over your old man! To go wither the wild rose blooms. I love that because my name is Rose. By no idea that I have that this was a saying, so we'll go with this. So you like roses? My name is Rose. I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but they don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Miss Rose. I have a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? That is true. That is true. It kind of is on the front lines between the Empire and Eorzea. But let's go with something hopeful. You mean there are a lot of people who are just as strong as you? I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Miss Rose, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? By Rona. I mean, you're not wrong. Though I actually did not do a lot of that yet. I'd say so you got new adventures and experiences. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. This is accurate. All right, that's enough questions for Miss Rose. That's not fair. Why does Yozen get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. I'd be willing to answer one more. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Oh, I love that. That's very cute. Really, then I will. Thanks for the advice, Miss Rose. I will not forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When you go to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked just like Miss Rose and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Miss Rose and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? I really do love that, because it shows giving hope to potentially aid the hopeless, but more so to the youth. Because when the youth become hopeless, that's where situations like this become dire. Because how do you then motivate people to bring themselves out of despair? And that's a very hard thing to do. So I love that little interaction. You may have seen inconsequential, but I really do love moments like those. That's why I really love this game. Where are you going? Okay, we're going to speak with Elfinod. And we're outside the gates, so I don't really need to teleport, I don't think. Alright. Alfie! Let's see, where are you? You are over... Ooh, you are actually kind of far away. So let's go to here first. And we can use the shard to kind of make our travels a little bit less intimidating. Perfect. And let's go this way. Oh, you're with Momodi. Okay. If I was closer to Momodi than I was. Where's Alfie? There's Alfie. Excuse me. Don't mind me. Ah, Rose, I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No. I have matters well in hand here. You and your lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. We decided we're gonna get the silver piece because this here is what we already have. And nothing better for us to get. It's past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slafborn. Upon your arrival, he is the one whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugi to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting tie should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Rose. Alright, so let's go to Revenant's Toll in Mordona. I was checking if any other missions popped up, and they have not. Good. Slafborn! How you doing, bud? And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. It's great to meet. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slafborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, and not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand I give the same speech to all new arrivals. And you don't need to bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slafborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet Minfilia. Seven hells, Rose. Why are you wasting time with me? See him to the Rising Stones. Let's go talk to Minfilia. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Let's go talk to Minfilia. Hi, Tataru. Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Beldesion continue to meet with failure. Eranger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. That is concerning. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. Not at all. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. So the guild leaders. Seems like a promising conversation. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answers please me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Roden's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we'll find it together. As ever has been a pleasure, Infelia. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slaffborn, Lady Yugiri. Rose. Drivers! Stop! Alright. Should be working now. Lamine and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I'm still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Y'shtola should be returning to Nan with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon your arrival. Papa Limo. Dankrid. Hi, Y'shtola.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
Which means they're trying to resummon Leviathan.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual.
Amalja.
Summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
Trying to summon Leviathan.
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gods. They mean to summon Leviathan?
Yes!
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Interesting. Oh. Echo. It's Echo time!
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective.
Still curious what that item sees or does.
And there is the explanation.
Ooh.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal.
And with the
Then
emissary.
no cessation, no oblivion.
Stand with the emissary. Would that be the emissary of the Seans, maybe? Oh, that is a sound. Terrifying, honestly.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary?
Yeah, I'm thinking the emissary of the Seans, our friend that we met clad in white.
We have outstayed our welcome.
Like how everyone's just become used to us doing
The
that.
gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words.
Elidibus.
He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
No, but it doesn't seem that the echo is what is necessarily what is being specified.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
Really? Minfilia's gonna be in the field. This is the first.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I like how everyone had the same reaction that I did.
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
A fair request, I would say.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
Okay, so Domans? Interesting. So, is this only a thing in Eorzea, or is it maybe called something else elsewhere? That is an interesting thought. I know the Empire made their claim that they would get rid of the Primal's existence in Eorzea.
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
That is a generous offer. I wonder if the signs will take them up on it, though.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies.
This is true.
If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
This also could result in friends being made within the Doman's leadership, allowing us more allies for future engagements. So, as far as things are concerned, this is smart. Alright. I'm Infelia. Vitality crit, intelligence determination. If we compare that, we give up strength for vitality. Or actually, I guess more accurately, we replace Statute Rate of Determination and replace strength with intelligence? I mean, there's an argument to be made because we do get determination in there, but strength is equally as good, so I don't know. Alternatively, vitality crit, mind piety is no bueno, so maybe just take the pieces. plainly, should the worst come to pass, then Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality is inevitable. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Lemsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. He will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Alright, so let's use return then. Uh-oh, I see a new thing, and I think this is from my post-Moogle friend. God dang you and your missions. I've done 15 of them already, and you have 3 more for me. Kill me. My trusty comrade, I have an interesting delivery for you. A regular missive for an irregular addressee, a traveling merchant Kupo. This Mu Lizen ranges alone through the realm. I used to take the letters to her mother, but I hear she is quite ill again. This time of the year, Mua Lize likely plies her trade on Sweet Plume Pier in the East Shroud. Best check there first, Kupo. My trusty Rose, I have a delivery for you, dressed at the Severed String over in Raincatcher Gully, Kupo. But I promise the Seatseers no more secrets, Kupo. The letter was handed to me in a most curious way, why he seemed not to know of post-Moogles and was very furtive to boost. I introduced myself in a way that did credit to our kind, you can be sure, but when he asked me to deliver the letter in his stead, do you know what he said? Don't deliver it now, wait a few days. Have you heard the like that before? I know how much you enjoy the strange and suspicious, so here you are, Kupo. Rose, my loyal lackey. Your timing is perfect, Kupo. Look what I found. Crumple it up in the bottom of, look at what just popped into my post bag. It's an official pestle for those doughty defenders of Ul'dah, the brass blades. You say it must be delivered without delay. Well, do you recognize the seal? Any Post-Moogle worth his salt knows what it signifies, an appeal for assistance. The blades are not one to ask for help, mind you. What they want, they usually take by force. These petitions are only sent when their inquiries lead them outside their jurisdiction. 1.5 minute Bubba game? Wait, did you actually, Zero? Was it that you got the 4K in 1.5 minutes, or did someone get a hatch? Because if that is the case, and you got a 1.5 minute match, that would then suggest you may have gotten a world record if you want to send it over to speedrun.com. Just make sure you get the pre-game lobby and the post-game lobby with the names of everyone, where it shows perks and the post-game results, more or less. If you do that, I think that might be a world record, my friend. The one is addressed to Kokobuki, master of the Thaumaturge's Guild. Those blades are nothing if not plucky. I must say, if I suspected Thaumaturge of any matters of wrongdoing, I'd stay well away, so hurry to Ul'dah, Kupo, and deliver the message before it's too late. We're going to not do that right now. Let's go and talk to the Admiral, shall we? You're expected. Pray take the lift to the command room. Yes. Hi. Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin have not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cachet. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if gods forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than your support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I'm given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I'd rather not be drawn on their nature. I only say that there's something I'd like to see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I'm not so stubborn as to deny the wish of those who aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Corporal Hunt, our scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Spasa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Flackbrid has been in charge of the garrison. Alright. Good news is, as we are there, we do have a secondary objective we can actually do. Kill two birds with one stone, I do suppose. Alright, let's take a look-see. While I'm here, actually, in order to do so, I'd have to go up. So let's go here, then. So there's Camp Skull Valley, and further in, I guess it's really further in, is actually where our secondary goal would be. So I guess we won't take care of that right now. Alright, know exactly where I'm going, though. Right over this way. I'm expecting you to sign on 7th Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. And I think we decided in the long run. Strength crit hit, vitality, direct hit rate versus vitality, crit hit, determination, intelligence. At the end of the day, the direct hit rate is something that we can still utilize, so we're gonna go with that. Bracelet, though. Strength, crit hit, vitality, tenacity. Strength, determination, vitality. This is looking good. Level 70, strength, crit hit, vitality, determination. Would be nice if determination over tenacity, but still not bad. And it does go up to 20 item levels. As we already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to recontour the Sapas spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit the Maelstrom have never faced a foe like the likes of this before, we must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it might come to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or for worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. The IF scouts ventured into Spasa as told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to ever consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Oh, good news. I has Chocobo. So they won't even see me coming. Alright, let's go down here. Hello! Help, somebody of all times would forget the restorative. Well, we have the restorative. There you go, buddy. What of your friends? Are they still alive? Thank you, I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we were, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, if I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Nope. Oh! Getting caught up here. Alright, let's go this way. Right on over. I see him. Unfortunately, they are but a pair of corpses. Hi! How are you guys? Set this up. And I don't think I have much to worry about. Gotta reconfirm your time? Yep, always good to do so. Yeah, you guys are not exactly that for me. let's reclaim their bodies. And thankfully it looks like the remaining Reavers around will not bother me at this time. Is from the moment we load in to the time they are goaded or sacrificed, hooked. So it's when they're sacrificed. So when their bar, their timer, is no more the last person, that is when it ends. And when the black bars at the top of your screen and bottom of your screen disappear when you load in, that is when it begins. Before I go back, we do have something over here that we can get. Perfect. Let's see. There's my destination. I imagine this is where we might also find ourselves with Leviathan. Hello, friend. Or not so friend, I suppose. Let's see how much damage you do to me, whether or not you warrant me to use my OGCDs. And that should be the end of you, I feel. Alright, so we did get the water crystal. Perfect. And now we can also go back with the bodies in tow to our friends of the Maelstrom. And pretty much a straight shot. Should be good. Yeah, the only thing that recommends is the Hearing of Awakening. But we don't need to worry about that right now. Oof. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way I've been sitting in my computer chair, but my neck is stiff as hell. You returned. Thank the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you had met an untimely demise, but tell me what became of the others. Unfortunate, my friend. Dear gods, these wounds they were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Their savagery know no bounds, enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. So let's go with you. And alright, we're at 85 now, and I believe if we throw you on, it would be 86. Yes, I am right. That's item level 80. And this is 70. 70. Yes, okay, cool. More options. Vitality, crit hit, intelligence, determination versus strength. Honestly, it's still better. So we'll end up taking the silver pieces. Thrice damned fishback bastards, I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Well, there's the Admiral Nephilia. Peace, Commander. You're here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Etheric in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we're not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summoning. We're not here to kill them all. Maelstrom shall engage the district and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the same moment, a divisionary squad formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we sign shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive efforts. Rose and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site at the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning ground. Having done so, take your heel and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Rose. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte accompanied by Lady Minfilia as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends, to battle! Alright. When last did we fight side by side, Rose? Too long ago I warned become led us away. I guess it'd be the Gubu. Back way at the beginning in Lemza. Yeah! That'd be the last time I can think of. Alright. And good news is, once again, we can fly on over. I am disappointed I'm about out of root beer. In fact, I'd be willing to say I'm just out of root beer at this point. Don't mind me. I was gonna do this real quick. And do I really need to be too concerned about you two? I have a feeling of not being, but might actually, not really. I'm thinking you might be a threat. Now that one's dead, it shouldn't exactly be all too difficult for me to reclaim my health with ease. Okay, well, honestly, don't need to fight you. Fate join, how about no? No. No, don't do that. I wish there was a way that I couldn't accidentally do that, but I don't think there is a good way of doing so, unfortunately. Okay, let's slow you down and also deal some vengeance damage while we're at it. How are we doing on searching materials? So far we're doing pretty good. Go for you next. Alright. Should be smooth sailing from here. Let's top off our health. And looks like we don't exactly have to go too far, so we'll just walk instead. And if they want to fight, they can fight. Not that I think it'll do them much good. And a few of them. Let's smash. Let's get you guys all on top of here. Still no need for OGC. just yet. From 29 to 30, so you're probably close to the world record, but probably off. And unfortunately, Bubba, as you might imagine, is quite filled with many attempts that are quite short. If you look at speedrun.com, you'll be able to know what placement it is, but it might not even be in the top 4, as you're looking at probably 250, 247, give or take. Alright. Hello, Axolotl. No, no, no. Don't injure me. Y'shtola! Okay, before I can aid you, I'm gonna have to deal with these guys, it would seem. Alright, let's buff this again. And then we're gonna go Cyclone. Cyclone. Infuriate. Into Cyclone. Top up our health. Cool. Yeah, like I said, those type of leaderboards are very RNG dependent. Most games are in general for DVD speedruns, but I feel like the regular leaderboard especially. Pray do not consider yourself, 'twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetherite is close at hand, let's press on. Looks like they're about to be in the process of summoning. Quite the welcoming party we have here.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Ooh. I'm gonna guess Yagiri or Thancred. Nice shot.
Did I miss much?
No, I mean, I'd say you're right on target. And Yagiri's not a pushover either, it seems.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans.
I think second mental note, pick no quarrel with allies.
If I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
It looks like both of them are probably classed as ninjas, I'd imagine. Also, I like these fight scenes. Nicely done.
Ooh.
To the Aetherite.
I guess this would be considered a light party. 2 DPS, 1 healer, and 1 tank. There's still no tails, however. Looks like a few slipped on by both Yagiri and Thancred. You were shot? Who was that?
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Ah, the Admiral. She has 1 more shot in the barrel. If she shot 3, has 1 shot left. So apparently she must have reloaded.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
I would say you did that in spades, my friend.
Long have you shriveled Sorewalkers, tormented our kind.
I mean, the same can be said in turn, I suppose. Unfortunately, peaceful negotiations did not seem possible.
But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs.
Is that to suggest that Leviathan is being summoned?
Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Well, don't just sit there, do something!
Do you feel that?
Shoot them! You has gun! I has axe! Oh, echo time. Imagine Ophelia is getting the same.
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Well, I mean, I did say to shoot him. That did seem to work. Was that a mistake? Oh! Almost like an Asian.
7 hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
But what if you have nothing to transition to? What happens then, my friend?
Oh, mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Well, looks like a fight with Leviathan is inevitable at this point.
Die, damn you!
I'd continue shooting.
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
At the very least, we can slow you down. No, but looks like Leviathan will rise. Leviathan's a sea dragon. Interesting.
Heavens fulfilled.
Damn it all!
My being, am the word. It should by right be infinite.
Well, because it looks like you did not have a host, my friend.
Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Interesting. Oh, you're everlasting enough to summon your primal. So I suppose that was a success.
Where did he go?
To see what to do, we do not know.
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
So it looks like the Leviathan took out all the ships that were out at sea.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless...
The sea is their weapon.
God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
There you go. Time for a dungeon. Understand, speak of no more normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements, if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated, yet how in seven hells are we to prevent it? We said silver pieces. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in open sea, he's effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Limlane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the Whirl in his element. In a straight fight, we would make meat of matchwood of us. Sounds good, Zero. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Lemsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Alright, so looks like we're heading back to Lemsa in that case. Let's use return. Easy enough. Alright, let's sprint on up to the command room so we can get a better sense of where we are going. I imagine it will end in a very obvious raid of sorts. Hey, what's up, Rag? Not too bad, not too bad. Currently in process of figuring out what to do with Leviathan. You missed the King Moogle, however.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha.
Lanosa, not Lucia.
Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose
Thank
from
God.
the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage.
And pray tell they did that. Both that fight and the song are, for it, are obnoxious. It wasn't that bad, all things considered. The group and I, that I ended up in with, did pretty well.
But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
Oh, that is problematic when the shoreline starts to erode, especially in that measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Sahagin instead of
the
Sahagin.
thrice-damned creatures
I guess I've heard both.
transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations.
That would make sense.
If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
I would imagine you have a plan then.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
Instead of cannonballs, you send me!
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells. Is there no way that we might strike back?
From the sky.
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Unless we are somehow to gain its attention by some means.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves
Makes
and
sense.
whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe.
Could we do a similar thing that we did to Garuda, maybe?
This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieve with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders.
Yep.
They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told.
What you're speaking of is exactly what we did for Garuda and Lanamine through their windstorm.
If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us.
Yup.
Rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Do I have to go hunt down corrupted
Of
crystals
course.
again?
Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
He did.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing.
Hey, what's up,
Suppressing
Twisted?
Leviathan's
How you doing, my
attacks
friend?
quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals.
Which I'm going to guess I shall
The
supply.
question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Yes, we do. One that I do not think has been christened yet. Bad day, but 6 packs in, so that's fair. Well, I hope your day does get better in some capacity. Do you know that one bad day will not undo the rest? Best to, you know, reset and come with a fresh mind in the morning.
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said
yes,
that he
Mistbeard,
lashed
you
two
say.
ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder.
Basically creating a barge of sorts.
By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
And you might just have some experience, given that you, sir, might have partaken the role of Mistbeard at some point. I'll play this more, but I have so many other things that I'm playing at the moment. Yeah, right now, it's pretty much DBD and this for me. And I've been playing this off-stream as well, doing all of the non-MSQ quests when we're not streaming it.
Mistbeard did this. Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
I wonder why! That face said it all.
Gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan.
See, this is what I actually love about the side quests that I've been doing. They actually have relevance and are in ways brought up again in the story. Like, that little bit of info that I gleaned from that side quest allowed me to partake in a very special moment that I feel that those who had not done the side quest and only done the MSQs would not have necessarily had gathered, but maybe have been able to ascertain. Because they keep it up. I'm happy to hear that. I always had, hey, have a great night, Zero. I always hate when side quests kind of fall to the wayside and they're just kind of, I guess, stuck on to the main quest. And it's like, cool, thanks, whoever you are, you got me what I needed. We'll never speak of this again, or the implications of what we spoke of. And sometimes, you get that little bit. But, like, there's a lot here where it feels like a cohesive world, where that little bit just ties into something that would seem otherwise irrelevant, but still significant when you understand the implications of it. Side story rather than side quest, exactly. And I like that. It makes the world feel cohesive. It makes it feel alive, rather than simply, the main quest is the only quest. I love that. That is fantastic.
This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
So now we need 3 ships.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
I'm sure you do.
It will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well.
Alright, sounds good, Twisted.
Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay.
So I was thinking this, as we are starting to collect a little bit of the community which does play Final Fantasy XIV, I have the thought of maybe, and I'd have to look into it as I continue to play it, a, guild/house of my own. Name it the Gilty ones. I think that might be a cool thing if we do have people interested in that. I know right now the main 2 people who play the game, though maybe not actively, is Rag and Twisted. But I feel as we continue to stream this, we might start to gather more of a community over time. I have actually thought of the question of how to do so in an active way, but that's easier said than done in a game like this versus like Dead by Daylight.
Vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafferson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
Start over what server? I'm on Ferry. Aether Ferry.
At once, Admiral.
See, like that right there. That little bit of a glance.
There is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
So, I forget if it was Rag or someone else who mentioned that as I do side quests, it does impact the MSQ in some way. I wonder if that little moment there is reflective of what was mentioned. Because if so, I really like that. Or if in an instance, that's just part of the MSQ general, like I feel like maybe people might not understand why that glance was significant. Interesting. Once again, I really do like that. And like, we're not even into what people considered some of the best content of Final Fantasy XIV with Heavensward, Shadowbringer, and now Endwalker. We're still very much at the beginning. We're not even to Heavensward yet. And I'm already very much enjoying those little moments. They finished the fight. I'm on Famorit, so we would have to figure out specifics of doing that. But I think us doing an FC could be cool. Honestly, I love it all, but I agree the beginning does feel super drawn out. Honestly, I haven't felt that's the funny thing. I've, like, gone through so much content. I forget if you're here, Twisted, when I said that I did all of ARR's side quests. Like, all of them. I did all of the dungeons, all the side quests, every bit of content that ARR has, I have officially done. And under 3 days at the time when that happened, before we actually finished ARR. And so, like, I've really, truly been enjoying the game. I was not here for that. A lot of side quests? Yes. And all the things that popped up post-ARR that were currently completed, I'm just about done with too. We had a little bit of a barrier to entry as some of the dungeons and some of the side quest endings required a item level of 90, but as we are completing the MSQ post-ARR, we are getting there very quickly. So we'll be able to do those quests soon as well. Oh my god, the drivers though today, they have not been kind to me. Beings as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I've come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garlands fear them so. What is it? Message, Admiral. I judge it best that it be delivered at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellowjackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated that? One of the company of heroes? The details get hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store by this claim, even should it be true. It is as Y'shtola said, none say the company heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. This man is of their number. What could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Lemsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man if his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage? Should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessels will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the maelstrom support of the supposed Prowl Slayer claims. Rose, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Nocia. How they say it? Nocia? No, I'm gonna continue to call it Nocia. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey provide fruitful. Alright. Well, let's set off and do that. Grey Fleet. Well, no, the Admiral said something different earlier that was not Nocia. And I tried to remember it so I could say it the way the Admiral would say it, because I imagined the way the Admiral would say it would be the correct way, given that, you know, Admiral of Lemsa Lominsa, which has been said by Lomincians as Limsa Lominsa, not Lemsa. Don't let her lie to you. I would be hard-pressed not to believe that the locals would have a better way of saying it than I. Alright. And how are we doing right now? Armor looks good in one piece. Crit is high, defense is high, magic defense is high, determination high. Good. Let's not run into a windmill, shall we? That is how the deputy... What? Oh, looks like I just have to go around. Oh, is it this guy again? I wonder if it is. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, mother trucker! You! No, 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 no. We have already spoken about this, you fool. You have not fell a forsaken... You, again. I'm gonna frickin' smack you with my axe. And it has gotten much bigger than last time we have spoken. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked around the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before. Go smack you with my axe, I will. God's man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? I suppose some of you just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Nevertheless, it said of all thatched tome ain't a generous soul. You're gonna be a generous soul when I put you in the grave. Now prick up ye ears, cause I won't be repeating myself too much. See, besides that's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, ye keen. Ahem, the tale of Thatchion's epic victory over the deadly primal Liviabetus. That sounds like a genital disease. That or a Harry Potter spell, I'm not sure which. Now, Liviabetus is huge. Okay, we're gonna go with genital disease. Make no mistake, to give ye an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members Definitely genital disease. Ain't that no mean feat, let me tell ya. When I fought him, I could barely see ye for all brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe on my hand at one stage course that proved to be a great mistake. Heh. What happened next? Well, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself. Let me mates and the company heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Maybe I'm too modest. Now there's something to say as you can truly beat Liviabetus. Yes, I hear that it's something that is only contracted by idiots of your ilk. I've gotten to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. The double take. Oh, it's you! Yeah, it is me. I'm sorry I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. Take back everything I said. See this axe? It's a lot sharper than last time. As never part of company heroes, I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm a chocobo dung. No, in the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo's dung. I have to lie to the women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me member's tiny. It's pathetic. It's because of Liviabetus. Yep. I'm sure Sal didn't fight Liviabetus. No, I'm sure you struggle with it. But I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working at the baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, lording about the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent, some mums off the coast with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I sold myself right then and there. Sounds about right. Watch it. What? Oh God, just remember that day me sold myself all over again. You, sir, are disgusting in many ways. Makes sense why you're not, the lady's not fond of you. Hey, wait! If you're asking about the Liviabetus, I mean, you're planning to fight him, ain't ye? Well, take care, he really is terrible, dreadful, I tell ya. If you're not careful, you ended up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. It is the Liviabetus. You're not wrong. Oh, my word. Why, you worthless lion horse son, I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Rose, this has been feeling we're able to learn of use against Leviathan. I beg your pardon, Liviabetus? I see, this is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at Moraby Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. Hi, you. That's how I feel. Alright. We are in the same area. And we should be able to simply just cross this way. I've been spending too much gil on teleportation. If I can help it and can get from one place to another without teleporting, I do. Because I'll be honest, a lot of these side quests have not been really giving me much in the ways of, whatchamacallit, of gil. Or experience for that matter, which has been interesting. Alright. Laser and teleport everywhere. I try not to at this point, unless it can be helped. If it's not in the same zone, then I will teleport. I'm Tony John to the Grey Fleet provided fruitless. My sympathies last. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of the nonsense. The truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the War Eater, I call her, is complete and she'll surpass all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I'd mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I am not one to tempt fate. The war leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. What this? Durability dropped. I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in the same haste, the War Leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she is capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vimeles are calling an element converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Good to note. Is it expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense? According to the Maelstrom, will once again employ diversions. Thrinkid and Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. You'd welcome it. Having seen you fight in Spasa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Y'shtola, if you would join the third levy, and Lady Ugiri the fifth. But what words have I for the women who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these: go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. I know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Rose. May the crystal bless and keep you. Alright. And War Leader Harv, now accessible. I should be pretty over-leveled in regards to the requirements. Yeah, item level 60, we're almost at 90, so that's perfect. Hold on. Okay, Whirly or Hard. I thought for a second I clicked on the wrong one. Anything over here we can do in the meanwhile? Not looking like it. So we'll probably just wait here in the meanwhile and kind of mosey around. I could probably try and go for some of the Postmaster stuff. Actually might. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. See if we can do a bit of this before we get into the raid. And let's see. Thaumaturge's Guild. Alright. Kokobuki, hello friend. Ah, another aspirant come seeking knowledge of the ineffable. You are fortune child of the 5 masters of this guild. Thal led you to the wisest. Pardon? You came here for another purpose entirely. A letter, you say? Indeed. It seems that the name of our bonekeeper, Prelat Ake, has been mentioned in connection with the Brass Blades investigation. Former guildmaster Mumu Ippo stands accused of fomenting an insurrection against the crown, and they fear Yayake may have become embroiled in his vile plot. Mumu Eppo was convicted of embezzlement 5 years ago and sentenced to serve in the Colosseum as a Noxus, a prisoner of the arena made to fight until his debts are repaid. He toils there to this day. When his crimes first came to light, it was the Sultana herself who pressed for a heavy sentence to serve as an example of the consequences of corruption that would give him reason enough to hold a grudge against the crown. And if it's true that Prelate Yayake was his dearest disciple before his fall from grace, it is not beyond the realms of possibility that he might attempt to involve her in his schemes. A swift and decisive investigation is called for. And I believe I know just the one carried out. Oh, do not feign surprise. Why else would I go to the trouble of explaining the situation to you? Now, by the way of a first step, I would have you speak with Prelate Yayake herself. Probe for her demeanor for any irregularities and report back to me. Well, at the very least, we got the first step of that done. So, I'd say time well spent. Just in case. Okay, I was going to say, just in case someone withdrew. Hold on. Let's wait. It's going to reset. There we go. Hello. First time doing this. Anything that I should know? Yeah, to be fair, multiplayer like that, while in queue is always nice, it is. It is. I'm just hoping that my party members are looking at chat, because I do not know the mechanics of this in the slightest. I already have an idea of one of the party mechanics with the converter, but that's about it. Otherwise, I guess I'll probably take off tank if, in instance, the other tank is comfortable with maining. Someone power the converter! Oh, wow, okay, so they detached me. Has an alt that will wipe the party if you don't use the device to put the shield up. Noted. I figured that might be the case. Yeah, it's actually really fun. The ballad for the Ultima, the entire crew and I were actually new to it, so we actually were learning the raid in real time. It was actually a really fun experience. Alright, my party members did not even bother saying hello, which is odd. It looks like the other warrior's gonna take aggro, though. So we are just going to go in with our attacks. Let's see if I even need to use my OGCDs. So far the answer is no, they go down. Okay, so push this all aside. I wonder if arm's length will stop that. And we should probably take on the tail. Where's that? Okay, let's take on the tail first. If I learned anything in some of the other battles that I've done, we always want to take out the tail where possible. Let's start doing this. Get it up to there. And let's go in with Inner Beast. I'm curious that no one else is attacking the tail, but from what I remember, you do want to attack the tail pretty quickly. Gotcha. Well, in that case, I'll do that gladly. Yeah, it looks like they aren't really working the tail at all, so I will take it myself, as I can do this. I just am hoping that someone is on the converter if need be. Otherwise, we will get wiped. Tail's gone. Is this the converter? No. Okay, someone already used it? Nope! So, me thinks that a party wipe. Someone needs to be on the converter. Nope, I guess not. I saw multiple people going over to it, but then obviously not. Okay, let's take off Defiance for now. I'll let the other warrior take it, and we'll take the tail. The thing is, I didn't see what had caused that to happen, so I can't really, like, speculate if I know what I need to look out for. Let's make sure we keep up searching Tempest stuff. And it looks like the Sagine are pretty well pushovers, so I don't think we need to worry about them. We just take care of these, and the DPS should be able to take care of the Sagine. We'll do one more round and go into Inner Beast. Let's go Berserk. Inner Beast. Inner Beast. One more Inner Beast. And we're still above 30, so we're going to go into Storm's Path. And now we're going to go down into this after this Thrill of Battle. Okay. Please, please, please interact faster. Okay, there we go. Hey, I think we got it. Woo! Okay. Looks like we learned from that last one. I'm gonna take Defiance off for now. I love the music. Okay, Defiance up. We're on our OGCDs. And we're gonna go down to cap out our Surging Tempest. Thankfully, since we have 2 warriors, we should be able to tank without anything really impacting us. Oh yeah, the Primal Steam is absolutely fantastic. Like, we're about to under 30, so we're gonna go Storm's Eye to cap off our damage. And we should be good to go with multiple Inner Beast here. 1, 2, perfect. GG's. They must have been in a party because, man, they freaking dipped right away. First time we just didn't kill orbs right away. Orbs? There were orbs? Didn't even know there were orbs. And for orbs, that DPS is go. Ah. I was focused on the tail. Makes sense that I didn't see. Dang. We didn't kill orbs fast enough to click. Thank you kindly for the explanation. They're really nice. I appreciate the explanation afterwards. They're brown orbs. When killed, explode and damage everyone, but if you don't kill them, they'll all deal more and more damage. I see now. Well, that explains a lot more. And I'm happy to know that, to where, as a tank, I don't really have any real input on that. I'm going to like, cool, I'm just going to make sure this tail is only attacking me, and as a warrior, with all the mitigation I have, and all the self-heal, healers, you do whatever the frickin' hell you want. I am good here. And good I was. Me and the other warrior probably just chilling like, okay. Yes, we're going to go, Storm's Eye, Storm's Eye, Storm's Path, Storm's Path, Inner Beast, rinse, repeat. Now, honestly, a lot of that fight is on the DPS, probably targeting things. Makes sense. Well, good news is, I'm a bit hands-off on that, though it's good to at least know, because if in instance I ever do that in a daily and we're wiping, I can get a better understanding of what went wrong, or if an instance that I eventually pick up DPS, I can then also know accordingly. Everyone have a good night, for one of my favorite, Drunk by Daylight. Alright, sounds good, Twisted. Have a great night, my friend. Alright, knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it'd be best to refrain from making a conversation during your past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I truly feel privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, madam, and on that note, that awaits you in the command room. Aw, you are sweet. That was very sweet.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal.
Limsa Lominsa, yeah.
Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
I like that more of the MSQ's dialogue is now spoken rather than me reading it. Though I do enjoy reading it, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy this. I like it hearing the actors. Also, I like my King Moogleblade.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
He's right there. He's right there. You know that. I know that. He knows that. I love it. That's great.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
Well, so it looks like Thancred fights of a similar style, so it does beg question Thancred's origins and or where he was taught his fighting style as well, if that were the case.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think.
There we go.
Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Okay, so that's what I thought. That, based on what I've seen from their cinematic, that both Thancred and Yugiri were ninjas. So that would make sense.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat, not unlike your own.
Well, in fact, Thancred is not a ninja? Really? He definitely fought like one, based on what we saw in the cinematic, pretty much the same as Yugiri.
By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
So is he a rogue by that, and then Yugiri is a ninja? At least to demonstrate the transition from rogue to ninja. Yeah, it's similar, but it becomes a whole thing later on. Oh! Understood.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
You used one blade.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
It is also interesting to me that it might also note on how classes can be changed rather quickly.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Stola! Yes, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar.
So it's not too spoilery, but a bunch of NPCs will actually dress and embrace the class change feature you have. That's actually cool. It's not a spoiler, but that is cool, because that is what I was already thinking when I saw Thancred move from one blade, which would suggest me a rogue, to two, which would be a ninja. at least based on what my initial thoughts were. So it is a cool thought to me. It's not just special to, you know, the quote-unquote main characters, the players. It's something that everyone has access to. It's not like Destiny, for example, where only the players have access to it for the most part, outside of a few NPCs that you interact with. So it is something that I do like, that once again, there's that holistic inclusion, that you are part of a world, not that the world is, you know, on your tailcoats, that you are driving it all. And unfortunately, it's a while before it's actually addressed, but it is a thing. Honestly, I look forward to it.
Minfilia, please!
This makes up for you being controlled by Nicaean.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not.
You're not wrong, but it's the best solution, Admiral, for the time being. I mean, I currently like Thancred's current voice actor. I hope I like their new one eventually.
Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state.
You like the new one? Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
Okay, so that's actually a good middle ground, understanding that, hey, we can't supply you land, but we can supply you resources. So now they have a place to stay, a place to generate revenue, access to food, shelter, water, as long as they're working, in addition to that, additional provisions provided by Limsa. So that, I mean, that's overall a pretty good solution, better than what the bureaucracy at Ul'dah is able to provide outside of Raban and the Sultanate.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
So she's going to become the new ninja master, which I think is the only class I don't have access to right now.
You wished a word in private.
I mean, that's one of the major reasons why, when picking companies, I picked Limsa. Honestly, Ul'dah was very much off the table when I was picking my company. And, like, it was something that, like, if I were to make... I do have all the expansions right now. When I was choosing my company, it was between Limsa and Gridania. And the only reason why I picked Limsa is because they were more in quote-unquote dire need in the story perspective than Gridania was. But both were good options in my opinion, where Ul'dah's like, I don't want to be associated with you. Raban's good, Sultanate good, the bureaucracy, not so much.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
Yes, that is correct.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say.
I'd have to double check, but I have gained access to many of things.
But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
No, but there is a peaceful group of Sahagin that have made an established spawning ground that you might want to converse with. I'm not sure if that ever happens. I know that I have good relations with them. I'm not sure if Limsa ever partakes in that.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
Yeah, because actually this is a really interesting point, and I like that of all people, Y'shtola brings this up as a Mikote, because where does the line of beast and beastman, or beast and man, really get defined, right? Because I would argue maybe in early history that the Mikote were seen in a similar light to beastmen, if not discriminated. Ooh. That's actually, I would be interested if that's ever brought up. Because Y'shtola is the one who really harps on this philosophy, and does make me think as to why. Very interesting thought. And that's another thing that I don't know if it's touched on, but I would love to see if that is actually built upon.
I'll not deny your reasoning, but when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
And that's fair. I don't envy either position, but I do think that more could probably be done to mitigate the issues at hand. Though unspoken deals were made with the kobolds,
As
no
must we
such
all,
attempts.
Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Yeah, no real. There was a silent establishment with the kobolds, but no such thing with the Sahagin. And there's a lot of bad blood, so establishing that would be pretty difficult, though there is a friendly group of them that would be a good start. Same thing with the Amalja, same thing with the Ixtlan, same thing with the kobolds. The kobolds are a little bit iffy. They have their own intentions. They aren't as peaceful as they are oppressed by other kobolds, and thus they welcome our assistance. What that means, I'm not sure yet.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost.
And so, okay. So I already know what she is, because I honestly have a bit of outside information, given I know what other class I could have chosen when creating my character, and thus I know what class she is. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but that comment there, that actually builds upon what I mentioned earlier, but where is the division between man and beastman, and our people of, you know, Mikote ancestry, or whatever race she is, do they also face discrimination as she hides her face in order to not be judged based on appearances alone? It's a very interesting social commentary that I really do like. And it makes sense, based on the relevance of this comment, why Y'shtola harps on this point so much.
To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
It is that interesting conversation when it comes to territorial dispute. If you remove the idea of race, it just comes down to who has the right to what territory. Alright. Well, before we start another quest line, I think it best for us to end stream here as we are quickly approaching the end of stream. With that being said, however, we will be streaming more Final Fantasy XIV this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, as we're still on the off season, for COTF until the 9th. So we have 3 more weekends, and then we're moving to Wednesday only schedule for Final Fantasy. But with that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy the show, please make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, though, check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help heal children at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST for some Dead by Daylight. Bye-bye!